Hello, this is Petra Bay, and today we are going to learn how to make a granny square. This is going to be an extra slow video for total beginners, and it will work your way up to making anything with granny square. You can make stuffed animals, blankets. I have another video that makes little kitty hats. Looks like little kitty ears when you put it on. And just other fun stuff. Scarves, anything you can think of can be made with granny squares. Excuse my hands, they're blue because I was dyeing hair last night. But yeah, this is an extra slow, total beginners video, so enjoy. Alright, to start this pattern, I have some just regular acrylic size 4 yarn. And I'm going to be using in this video a 6.5 millimeter hook. That's probably, for a beginner, you might want to use something a little smaller just because your square might come out a little bigger, but I usually like my squares about 4 to 5 inches. So here we go. I'm going to start with an orange just to show you also how to color change. What we're going to do here is do something called a slip stitch, or if you want to, a lot of people who crochet or start like do a magic circle. So I'm just going to wrap my yarn like this, grab it with my hook, and pull it through. So now I have the loop on my hook. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to chain 4. I'm going to yarn over and pull this underneath my hoop. So that's our first chain stitch. We're going to yarn over, go under that hoop. That's 2. Yarn over, go under the hoop, and yarn over one more time and go under the hoop. Then what we're going to do is do something called a slip stitch into this top chain. You're going to go into the circle any way you can find a way, just the first one, and it should look like this on your hook. And we're going to yarn over one more time, and these 2 hoops need to go through. This string needs to go through these 2 hoops on your hook, giving you what will be a circle if you can kind of play with it. But what we're going to do right this second before you try and find your circle is to chain 3. We're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over one more time, and pull through. This looks like a whole lot of nothing, but don't give up yet. And we're going to find a little circle in the middle. This should be our little circle. Try your best to find the middle. And if you can't, that comes with practice and finding it. What we're going to do now is what's called a double crochet. I also have an even slower video of how I'm going to do this stitch on my channel if you need more practice with your stitches. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go straight into this middle. When we do that, this should be what's on your hook. You yarn over once more, and we're going to pull this string you just put on your hook under this center, and you should have 3 on your hook. After you have 3 hoops on your hook, you want to yarn over, and this goes under the first 2 hoops, yarn over, this goes under the first 2 hoops again. That should give you something that looks like this, and then we're going to double crochet one more time beside that. Yarn over, go through the middle, yarn over. This is just your tail, sorry. We're going to move that out of the way. And we're going to bring this underneath the middle of the circle. You should have 3 on your hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 of those, yarn over, pull through 2 of those. And then we're going to chain 1, yarn over 2, yarn over 3. We're going to chain 3. And then what we're going to do is we are going to double crochet 3 into the middle circle. So we're going to yarn over, go in. It's 1 double crochet, yarn over, do our second double crochet, and yarn over and do our last double crochet. after we've done that, we're going to chain 3 just like we did on the side here. That's going to create your corner. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to double crochet 3 into the middle. That's 2, and then your third one. And then we're going to chain 3 one more time. 1, not one more time, sorry. 2, 3, and double crochet 3 more in the middle. 1, 2, and 3. This is our last chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to slip stitch into this top chain. It was the third one you did earlier. The first chain 3 we did off the middle. So I'm going to do that, yarn over, pull this through this hoop and this second hoop. Sorry, I ended up using a square I'd already done earlier, so that was pre-cut. But yeah, what you should have is a tail here. You could weave that into your work and cut it off. I wouldn't cut it off right at the end because that could cause your square to fall apart. And then this is your end tail that I'm going to slip stitch over and connect the next color with. But yeah, it should look like this. If you mess with these chains, you should see that you have 4 corners. And if you look on the sides here, you have 1, 2, 3 double crochets into each one around. In your first one, where we chain 3, that counts as a double crochet. So that should be your 1 double crochet. And then 2, 3 double crochets. And then with your next color, the middle will just become more and more looking like looks kind of like petals in a flower. So now I'm going to get my next color, which is yellow. And then with this cut string about 1 inch, I'm going to put my hook through this top braid, is what it looks like. It's through the top double crochet, and I'm just going to pull it through like that. And then I'm going to flip it over and just weave it through the back here. Like that. Alright, now that we've got that, I'm going to add my color, which is yellow. And that's just a simple double knot, 1 and 2. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. When you do that, it should just look like this. I may cut off my tail short. I would highly suggest not doing this, but weaving it through before you cut it. But I'm going to cut mine so it's not in the way of anything else you see. And now I'm going to come into this side spot. There we go. I'm trying to get the focus right for you guys. I'm going to go into this side right here. And what I'm going to do is pretty much grab this yellow and bring it up. When I do that, what I'm going to be doing is kind of laying my work against these 3 chains and working over and under these tails as I go. That way they essentially close up and stay behind my work, and then I cut them short. You can leave them if you're a beginner just to learn what to do with them. But what we're going to do next is chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to double crochet 2 into the same corner piece. And this is just creating a bigger corner. 1, 2, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to double crochet 3 into the same space. And then you will have your first corner on your second round. And it should look a lot like that, which looks like this. And then what we're going to do is chain 1 to leave a space in between here and here, because later we'll be using that space. And we're going to do the same thing we did in here, except for the chain 3 is now going to be a double crochet. So we're going to double crochet 3 into this corner. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet 3. There we go. And then we're going to do what we did here in these next 2. Chain 1, double crochet 3. And I'm speeding up now because I'm hoping if you need any help with your double crochet or your chains or the pattern, that you can rewind. And hopefully I've done it slow enough at the beginning and in my other tutorials on my channel to be able to speed up, so I don't have to go all the way around with you. Not that I don't want to. Alright, and now I'm coming up on my third double crochet, my chain 3 that creates my corner. Then once we get these last 3 double crochets, what we want to do is chain 1, because you still have a space here. So I'm going to chain 1 and double crochet, and then slip stitch into the 3rd chain from out of the 3 you have here, and double crochet into that top one. Then what I'm going to do is cut my string off just like this, about an inch, and then I'm going to pull this through, and then I'm going to kind of weave it over to the end like I did before. Just really just getting it to that big space so we can color change. And then I'm going to use, this is kind of a grayish brown. And then we're just going to we're going to double knot, yes, the closest I can get to the edge here. And I'm going to cut my tails just a little bit. Then what we're going to do is grab it like we did before. Start, get my tails in place, and we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet 2 into the same corner space. 1, 2, and then we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, and then we're going to double crochet 3. And then this round kind of sets you up for what the granny square will be, because some people like to make them bigger. You can make an entire blanket out of a big one, or you can just keep making it bigger and have a big piece as big as you want or small as you want. So you always want to make sure you chain your 1 right here in between each of these double crochets. And then we're going to go into this chain 1 space from earlier, and we're going to double crochet 3. 1, 2, and 3. And once you have that, you should pretty much know how to go all the way around. you're going to double crochet 3, chain 3, double crochet to create your corners. And then in the chain 1 spaces, you're going to put the 3 double crochets. So I'm going to chain 1. So it's 3, 3, 3, chain 1, 3, chain 1, and then you would create your corner right here. Enter chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet 3, 1, 2, 3. And then if you wanted to continue with another round after this, because you do the same thing all around, if you wanted to continue with another color, you're going to end here. So you would kind of cut your tail, slip stitch over, change your color if you want, and then you would chain your 3, double crochet 2, chain 3, double crochet 3. And then in each one of these chain 1 spaces is where you would put a chain, where you would put a double crochet 3. And as it gets bigger, you would just have usually one extra all the way around. So the only thing you really have to pay attention to is these corners. Make sure you don't close them up, and make sure you don't put a corner in one of these, because you could do that by accident. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Make sure to subscribe so I can make more. Have a good day.